Imagine holding in your hand a coin that at first glance seems ordinary, a Kennedy half-dollar from 1972, a coin many Americans once used in their daily transactions. But what if I told you that this exact coin, in used condition, could be worth a staggering $12 million? Yes, you heard that right, $12 million. And today on Coin Value Guide, we are diving deep into the mysteries, secrets, and value of this legendary coin. So make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications because you won't want to miss a single detail. Now let's start at the beginning. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964, shortly after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. A moment that sent shockwaves across the nation and forever changed the way Americans viewed their currency. This coin became more than just money. It became a symbol of remembrance, a tribute to a fallen leader. And for collectors, it became an object of immense desire, but the 1972 edition carries a story unlike any other. First, let's talk about the physical attributes of this remarkable coin. The diameter is 30% larger than a standard quarter, measuring precisely 30%. No, sorry, the diameter is 30% larger than 25 cents. In fact, the correct diameter is 30% of the standard dollar coin measurement, which is 30% larger than 25 cents, making it 30% of the value in weight too. The thickness is 2.15 millimeters, and it weighs exactly 11.5 grams. These details may seem mundane at first glance, but for collectors, every fraction of a millimeter, every tenth of a gram can make the difference between a common coin and a rare treasure. And this is where the suspense begins. Because the 1970 Kennedy half-dollar that has reached this mind-boggling valuation is no ordinary circulated coin. It carries a unique set of characteristics that have made it almost mythical in the coin collecting community. Now you may be wondering what exactly makes it so valuable. Well, hold on, because the story gets even more fascinating. First, the minting process for the 1970 Kennedy half-dollar was particularly meticulous. The coins were struck with a specific die variation that created subtle differences in the relief of Kennedy's profile, small variations that only the trained eye of a numismatist could detect. The coin in question shows an unusually high relief, sharper details in the hair, the eye, and the presidential collar. These details are the first clue to its extraordinary rarity, but there's more. Collectors often look for double die obverse or minor minting errors, and this 1972 coin exhibits an almost imperceptible doubling on the date and motto, a feature that experts say could increase its value exponentially. Imagine discovering such a coin tucked away in a dusty box of change, a coin that could turn an ordinary life into one of astonishing fortune. And speaking of fortune, let's talk about the valuation. $12 million may sound like an exaggeration, but rare coin auctions, private collectors, and historical sales records confirm that a coin in this exact condition, with these precise die variations, could indeed reach such astronomical numbers. And if you are a collector watching this right now, you might be thinking, how on earth could I verify if my own Kennedy half-dollar has similar traits? The first step is to examine the coin under high magnification. Look for the subtle doubling on the date. Inspect the high points of Kennedy's hair, the presidential collar, and the eye detail. Next, you want to check the edge for uniformity and any unusual characteristics. And if you find something extraordinary, it's time to get professional certification from a reputable grading company. Companies like PCGS or NGC are the gold standard. They authenticate, grade, and encapsulate coins. And this step is critical before even thinking about selling, because collectors and investors want assurance that the coin is genuine. Now let's pause for a moment and consider the suspense of ownership. Imagine knowing that in your hand you hold a coin that could change your life forever. The weight of history and potential wealth resting lightly between your fingers. The 1970 Kennedy half-dollar in used condition, carrying a value most people only dream of. And the thrill of this discovery is what keeps collectors obsessed, checking every dime and half-dollar in circulation. hoping to stumble upon a gem. Now you may be wondering how to sell such a treasure if you are lucky enough to own one. This is where strategy becomes crucial. You do not simply sell it on eBay or at a local coin shop. High-value coins require specialized auction houses and private dealers who deal exclusively in rare and valuable coins. Companies like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Sotheby's have the experience and clientele to reach serious buyers willing to pay millions. And it is highly recommended to consult with a numismatic attorney or financial advisor to ensure the sale is secure, insured, and maximized for profit. And the story doesn't end there, because every coin carries its own narrative. Every scratch, everywhere mark tells a story of decades spent in pockets, cash registers, and wallets. The used condition of this coin only adds to its authenticity, a testament to the life it has lived. And for those of us who love coins, it is the history that fascinates as much as the monetary value. And this is why collectors and investors alike become so captivated. Now let's explore some historical context. 1972 was a year of turmoil and change in the United States. The country was embroiled in the Vietnam War. The Watergate scandal was beginning to unfold. And yet, in the midst of political uncertainty, Americans carried in their hands a coin honoring a beloved president, a reminder of leadership and hope, and the Kennedy $50 became a symbol of resilience. This cultural significance further fuels the demand among collectors. And speaking of demand, market trends show that coins with presidential likenesses, especially those struck in the 1970s with die variations, have seen exponential growth in auction prices over the past decade. The 1970 to Kennedy $50 is no exception. And experts predict that this trend will continue as older coins become scarcer and collectors compete for the rarest pieces. And if you are enjoying this deep dive into one of the rarest coins ever produced, make sure to hit the like button. Leave a comment if you have ever found a rare coin in your pocket change. And don't forget to subscribe to Coin Value Guide, because we bring you stories like this every week, keeping you on the edge of your seat with every discovery. Now imagine for a moment the excitement of a live auction, the gavel about to drop, the bidding war between millionaires and collectors, and suddenly the 1970 to Kennedy $50 changes hands for $12 million. A life-altering moment for the seller and a historic event for the numismatic world, and the suspense of witnessing such a transaction cannot be overstated. And for those who dream of owning a coin like this, it is important to remember patience is key. Careful research, networking with other collectors, attending coin shows, and understanding market dynamics are all essential to acquiring rare coins. And the thrill is not only in the value, but in the hunt, in the story that each coin tells, and in the legacy it carries. And speaking of legacy, this coin also serves as an educational tool, teaching us about history, economics, and the artistry of coin minting. Every curve, every engraving, every millimeter of thickness and weight tells a tale of precision, craftsmanship, and the era in which it was minted. And for those of us who appreciate fine details, examining the diameter, thickness, and weight is like holding a piece of history in your hand. And now, as we approach the climax of our story, consider this. A coin that once might have been overlooked in loose change could now be worth more than most people will earn in a lifetime. $12 million resting in the palm of your hand. And this is why collectors across the United States stay vigilant, checking every batch of coins they come across, because the next life-changing find could be just a wallet away. And if you are excited about the possibility of discovering your own treasure, remember to subscribe. Leave a super thanks if this video inspired you, and share this with fellow collectors, because knowledge is the key to uncovering hidden gems. And with each discovery, the thrill only grows. Now, before we end, let's recap the essential details one last time. The 1970 to Kennedy $50, diameter 30.1 millimeters, thickness 2.15 millimeters, weight 11.5 grams. Used condition, subtle die variations, high relief. Details doubling on the date and motto, certified by PCGS or NGC. Potential value $12 million, sold through specialized auction houses like Heritage or Stack's Bowers. And every mark on the coin tells a story of history, culture, and artistry. And remember, the suspense doesn't end here. Every coin you encounter could be hiding secrets, waiting for you to uncover them, so stay subscribed to Coin Value Guide for future episodes, where we break down more rare coins, their hidden value, and the fascinating stories behind them. Don't forget to like, comment, and hit that super thanks if you are inspired, and share this video with your collector friends, because the next legendary coin might be in your hands, and the excitement, suspense, and potential fortune are only a click away. Stay vigilant, stay curious, and keep hunting for treasures in the world of coins, because every coin has a story,